Hello YouTube, welcome back to my channel. My name is Javon and I am the Style Garni. So today I wanted to participate and throw in my own perspective on the luxury roast tag. Now, some of my favorite YouTubers have been putting up their videos roasting some of these designer items that, for lack of a better term, are just butt ugly. And usually when you think of luxury items, you think of things that are beautiful and extravagant. They're well made, they're the finest materials and the best craftsmanship. But every now and again, the leaps outside of the realm of creativity can result in either magic or, in these cases, complete and utter monstrosity. And so it's so easy to talk about the things that we love in fashion, but there's also this side of it that is just not always cute. And the result of it is, quite frankly, overpriced items that are not in any way, in my opinion, valuable, but yet there are people who still buy them. So it really just validates the point that beauty's in the eye of the beholder. But in today's video, I hope not to offend anyone, but I have 5 items that I plan to roast like it's Sunday dinner. So let's get right into it. So the first item is by Celine, the pillow bag. I have several things to say about this bag. Beyond the fact that it's just butt ugly, I can't think of any acceptable reason why Celine made this bag. And more importantly, I can't think of any other acceptable reason why someone would buy this bag. So I've come to one conclusion, and forgive me for being crass and for being crude here, but I feel that this bag is purchased by people that maybe have chronic hemorrhoid issues or are recovering from hemorrhoid surgery. Now, hear me out. You have your surgery, you have your hemorrhoids, you're having to walk around with a pillow, but then you're also having to walk around with your purse with all of your personal items, and it just becomes too much and too consuming that you just decide, you know what? I need a purse that doubles as a pillow so that when I have a flare-up, I can sit on it and ease my suffering. Yes. That is my theory as to why Celine made this bag. So I don't think that this bag should be purchased at Saks or Lord & Taylor or Barney's with your Amex card. I think that you should instead receive a prescription from your doctor and get this bag at a CVS, because it looks like something you would get from a pharmacy to ease your suffering in the derriere region, because I can't think of any other reason why you would walk around with a bag that looks like a pillow. Or maybe you're a narcoleptic and you fall asleep without any kind of warning whatsoever, and you just need a pillow to rest your head on when you just doze off. These are the only situations that I can think of, is that there's a real medical reason why you need to have a bag that has your belongings that also doubles as a pillow. If you do not suffer from narcolepsy or have any kind of like hemorrhoid issues, this bag should not be in your collection. It is just butt ugly. And so I have seen people, I've seen a handful of people in the DC metro area with this purse. And what I have thought to myself is, wow, they're probably tourists. They've been sitting for a long time traveling here. They probably need that comfort in addition to storing their personal items. So that bag is just straight up ugly. Unless you have a medical reason, of course. The next item, well, what can I say? The next 2 items are by Fendi. And when I think of ugly luxury items, I immediately think of the Fendi fashion house. I am not a fan of Fendi. I rarely see anything from Fendi that I like. And in the case of their handbags especially, I would never spend money on a Fendi bag. Let me just say that. But in this case, there are just so many things about Fendi that I find perplexing. First and foremost, I really need people to weigh in and clue me in on why these monster bag charms and insects or rodents or whatever kind of roadkill that you're attaching to your purse is attractive. I'm dropping serious money on a designer bag, or any bag for that matter. I'm not going to devalue it and cheapen the look of it by hanging a psychedelic chia pet off of it. That's what it looks like. I honestly feel like these charms are the equivalent of an Onion article or an Onion design of what should go on a purse, and to see how the masses react to it, they buy it, completely missing the point that it was satire. I find it hard to believe that these things were created or imagined with a sober state of mind, because they're just ugly. They're creepy. They're weird. There's so many things that I think of when I see them. They look like a psychedelic chia pet. They look like a clown. They look like something that comes out of nuclear fallout. I absolutely hate those bag charms. They're like so creepy to me. They're so ugly, and there is no way I would devalue the look of my designer purse by putting one of these things on there. It's just not happening. But the third item is also an extension of the second, in that because these charms weren't enough, Fendi decided that they would make a baguette bag that looks like these furball monster creatures, and they're just so completely obnoxious looking. Honestly, if you have ever watched a 1950s sci-fi movie, that's what these things remind me of. They're just like creepy, and they're furry, and they terrorize the small, quaint town that has been dealing with nuclear fallout. And this is what happens to insects that have been subjected to nuclear fallout, or rodents that have been subjected to nuclear fallout. They look really ugly and creepy. They terrorize you and they scare you. And that's basically what I think of these Fendi bags. I just think that they're really atrocious looking. They're so ugly. They're not worth the money that manufactured them, let alone the money that people spend on these items. I'm sorry. If I see anyone out and about with a Fendi Monster Baguette bag, trust and believe I am judging you. I am judging you hard, because those things are like ugly to the power of infinity. Louis Vuitton. I never thought that I would find a Louis Vuitton collection that I didn't like. But this Jeff Koons collaboration has certainly done that. It's as though they ran out of things to do and decided that they were going to recreate beautiful, classic artwork on these purses. And I'm of the opinion that designer purses, they're artwork in and of themselves. They can stand alone in and of themselves. And quite frankly, if I wanted to see any kind of Da Vinci painting or Van Gogh painting, I would rather go to the Louvre. I would rather take a trip to Paris, eat beautiful pastries, and have yummy food, and take in the cultural experiences that you get from going to the Louvre. Quite frankly, it's probably cheaper if you live in the States, for example, to go on Living Social and Groupon to find a round-trip airfare and lodging included deal for going to Paris and going to the Louvre and seeing the Mona Lisa in person than it would be to buy one of these ugly, tacky purses that has her face emblazoned on it. I'm sorry, like, the Mona Lisa is beautiful and it's revered and it's timeless because of its very like simplicity. It's very like elegant. It's just very tastefully done. And seeing it recreated on a Louis Vuitton bag, it just doesn't do it for me. It's quite frankly very disappointing, but luckily there are other things in the Louis Vuitton collection overall that I love and I find very beautiful, but these, they will not be seeing my money ever, like ever. I'm quicker to take another trip to Paris and take in the artwork than I am to buy a purse that has it. It just doesn't do it for me, and it's just butt ugly. And finally, for the last item, this goes to Christian Louboutin, the Paloma purse. They look like arts and crafts projects that have gone wrong. Like someone had one too many drinks, decided to break out a glue gun, and put studs everywhere on these bags, put like these weird like sequins and adornments on it, you know, cut up their grandma's like couch from the 70s and put these very ugly, tacky prints on the bag. It's just not okay. I was really disappointed in that because you think of Christian Louboutin, even though a lot of the items, the shoes, for example, are painful and uncomfortable, but they're also very beautiful. And I think that that's why many people, you know, mutilate their feet in order to walk around in Christian Louboutin shoes. But I would think that the purses would be much more elevated and elegant and still have that sex appeal. Instead, they just look like someone, you know, took a page out of their kids' arts and crafts book and went to town on mutilating what could otherwise be very beautiful leather bags. So that would also not be seeing my money ever. Like never, ever, ever will you see me walking around with a Christian Louboutin Paloma handbag. Well, anyway, I have to say, doing this tag has allowed me to let off some well-needed steam after a long day's work by roasting some of these designers. I love luxury fashion, but every now and again, sometimes luxury just does not fit the bill and it completely misses the mark. And in the case of these bags that I've just mentioned, they all do that in my opinion. I hope you really liked this video. I hope you weren't offended by it. I hope that you get the lightheartedness through which it was derived from. And if you like this video, hit the like button and subscribe for my future videos. Until next time, stay fabulous and I'll see you in my next installment. Bye.